I've been wondering it
Because
myself, but I haven't had a chance to play it to find out.
yeah, because I found an island, like on the island where Sunbeam dies, like there's research stations there. And I was like, what the hell? Oh, yeah, I went down into the deepest part of the ocean. It was called like a jelly cave or something like that.
Ramtar searching for
Jelly
new
mushroom
Guardian sites.
biome.
The engineer, Ramtar,
I
a leading
encountered a
expert
ghost
on the mysterious
leviathan.
Guardians, has requested help
Yeah.
in locating undiscovered
That
sites
sucks
from the
balls.
ancient alien race.
Those
He has
suck
issued
balls.
the following statement. The artifacts recently delivered to me have been subjected to
You know what I'm
intense
talking about
molecular
there, Mark?
analysis. As a result, I have deduced the possibility of Guardian sites in 3
You've
specific
never encountered a
systems.
ghost
Code
leviathan?
173, Sector QUOD
Wait, are those the things that are
625,
glowing really deep underwater?
HD 63154,
No.
and
It's like the thing that can swim through your entire ship and eat
I
you
urge the
out of your
galactic
ship
community to
without even
investigate
hurting
these
your ship.
systems, where I believe we may find further traces of the Guardian's ancient civilization.
I
I
did.
appreciate that this could be a wild goose chase, but data from
Okay.
such sites,
Is it
if
on
they
your
exist,
pinky says?
would be extremely valuable.
Huh?
Ramtar has asked that any data
What's
be
the-
delivered to
what's
him at
the
Phoenix Base in the
broadcast
main
name?
system.
Just Denmark. Just go to my channel.
Thargoids targeting Aegis laboratories.
I got live chat up.
Analytical reports released by
subscription
Aegis have confirmed a
notifications.
pattern to the Thargoids' recent starboard attacks, which have left thousands dead and infrastructures crippled. Admiral Aiden Tanner, Aegis's chief military
Did you just get a
liaison, made
subscription?
this statement. We have identified that the Thargoids are specifically targeting starports, where Aegis laboratories are established.
subscriber.
These include Titan's daughter
What the
in
hell?
the
It said
Pegasus
I
system,
subscribed to myself,
Lehman
okay.
Legacy in HIP
Is that
16753,
you
and the
that
Oracle
subscribed?
in the Pleiades sector IIWD 155,
Well, you subscribed,
in
right?
conjunction with local security services and system authorities.
I
We
just
are
subscribed
increasing
to you.
defensive measures at all starports,
I was
where
gonna say.
Aegis has a presence. Professor Albert Tesro, the organization's chief scientific advisor,
So they've changed a lot.
voiced
in
additional
3.0
concerns.
Update today. Departure handover.
Pre-launch diagnostics checks. Reinforcing shields. Engines online. Launching.
That's different. When the hell did they add all that in?
Ascending. Retracting modules. Handing you the com.
He means list. Powered engines.
Divert to engines.
Maximum impulse.
Maximum impulse. Would you like me to clear the area and prepare for jump?
No, thank you.
Alright then.
What
Clear
is
area and
voice
prepare for
command?
system jump.
Afterburners. Distancing now. Stand by.
I'll let Celeste take it from here.
FTL charging. Stand by.
Pretty cool though, eh?
Are you sure?
Preparing for jump.
Not to mention the Galnet radio. Right now I'm doing a really bullshit method to make money. I'm sitting on about 120 million.
Vectors.
I started with
Kill engines.
Faster than light velocity reached.
That would have been
Hull
funny if they actually
integrity is
killed your
within
engines.
limits. All other systems are at normal levels.
stop engines.
I can scan the system.
Oh,
if you
shit.
wish.
No, thank you.
All right.
Dead bug.
Quarter impulse.
1/4 impulse, nice and slow.
Let's go ahead and fill up before we head to the station. Full impulse.
Maximum velocity engaged.
That is cool, dude.
And she can do many other things. For example, check this out. Stop engines.
Cutting engines. Stop here.
Disengage.
Exiting now.
So, say you get pulled out of Super Cruise, and you need to think fast and get the hell out of there. So, all I have to do on this is maximum impulse.
Maximum velocity engaged.
Defense protocol beta.
Engaging exit protocols. Retracting weapons. Attempting jump. FTL charging. Standby.
Do I need to download a streaming app, Denmark?
I'm using one. Red alert.
Is that how you stream?
Red alert. Weapons. Attack protocol Alpha.
Protocol Alpha. Powered engines. Power to engines.
Power to engines.
One dropped out on me. Okay, listen, cargo, nothing. Engage jump drive.
Preparing for jump.
Got me out of mass factor. Anyways, a streaming app is like talking about what I'm using, or are you going to need one, or like I don't know how you can run. I'm not sure like how to run
for
the
my
on the Xbox.
Well, when I broadcast, it links to my computer. Okay.
Afterburner.
Okay.
Boosting now.
I'm gonna have to stop watching because I'm getting echo and it's driving me crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm not submitting to your scan. I shouldn't have to. Afterburner. Afterburner.
Okay, so when I go to do the broadcasts and stuff, I can't actually sit here and turn on video from my webcam.
Afterburner.
Boost.
On my computer, and I don't know why.
As I said,
Like if I start a stream, it won't start video through my computer, even though it has a webcam.
well, as I said, I have a streaming app that allows me to choose all that stuff. That's how I have my chat and everything up here. Like, if you go back to my channel really quick, if you'll do that much, put something in the chat, and you'll notice how I can see it, and it'll pop up on screen.
Okay.
Aegis research centers were set up to increase our understanding of the Thargoids, so it's clear they're attempting to prevent us investigating their technology and artifacts.
Go.
Naturally, we'll take precautions, but I can only wonder what a long-term solution might be. Will we have to establish laboratories in secret locations, such as bunkers or asteroids? Aegis's work is critical. Only through knowledge might we establish a real relationship with the species. Federal initiative includes: the Federation has announced that the Bulwark project has reached a successful conclusion. Scores of pilots supported the campaign by delivering commodities to Jandok. These will be used to research the possibility of an automated federal defense force. As the campaign drew to a close, Federal Shadow President Felicia Winters released a statement. My sincere gratitude goes to those who supported this campaign, but I want to remind you that we are still some way from a fully automated defense force.
Back on screen.
Anti-Thargoid operation.
All set up.
Following the success of last month's Federal Imperial operation in the HIP 17692 system, the two superpowers have once again joined forces to combat the Thargoids. This time, the operation will focus on the Pleiades Sector OITC-37 and Ariatis Sector XEZ-B4 systems, where large concentrations of Thargoid ships have been reported. The purpose of the two-pronged operation is to reduce the Thargoid presence in Pleiades Sector OITC-37 and to recover black boxes and personal effects from Thargoid attack sites in Aratus Sector XCZB-4. The former initiative is being overseen by the Morobe Expeditionary Fleet, while the latter is being coordinated by the Pleiades Resource Enterprise. Pilots who support these operations will be eligible for substantial rewards. Admiral Denton Patrias launched the campaign with the following statement. We know that militias of experienced combat pilots are particularly effective against the Thargoids, but we must not be complacent. Our enemies are formidable, and we underestimate them at our peril.
I did that like
the campaign begins on the 22nd of February 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Generation Ships. Continuing our popular series on significant episodes from human history, noted historian Simakal Hana discusses generation ships. Before the development of faster-than-light travel, colonizing distant star systems was a profoundly difficult proposition. For the people of the 21st century, the answer was the generation ship.
What is an
These vast interstellar rocks, equipped with everything needed to sustain human life, were crewed by multiple
you have not created your overlay
pioneers
manager.
who were born, lived,
Create
and died
an
aboard a
overlay.
starship. The first generation ship was launched in 2097, and in the
So you're
centuries
enjoying
that
listening
followed,
to the
many
Galnet
more set
radio?
off into the vastness of space. Most of these ambitious expeditions were funded by large corporations, and the penalties for interfering with them were severe, given the enormous cost of mobilizing them.
So what is
At
the
the time
overlay?
of
Is that like your
writing,
notifications
there are believed
and
to be
shit?
somewhere in the region of 70,000 generation ships coursing through the galaxy. The approximate location of most of these ships has been calculated, but not all are accounted for. Many of the corporations that funded the original generation ships have now been dissolved, or assimilated by other organizations, so it is difficult to determine exactly who is responsible for some of these vessels. It has been theorized that some of the original generation ships may soon reach their destinations,
Choose a
but since not
size
all
and
of those
pixels.
destinations are known. It is entirely possible
God.
that they could have been colonized while the generation ships were in transit. We can only hope the powers that be have a contingency strategy for such a scenario. The origin of the Pilots Federation. Continuing our popular series on significant episodes from human history, noted historian Simakal Hana discusses the foundation of the Pilots Federation. The Pilots Federation was established in 2805, in response to a surge in private starship ownership. It was created principally to allow pilots to share reliable trade route information, and to provide them with a system of mutual protection against the rising scourge of interstellar piracy. At the time, independent pilots were generally mistrusted, the itinerant nature of their profession giving rise to perceptions of irresponsibility.
Oh god.
The Pilots Federation's
California
strict
Navy
code
is
of
like hella
conduct put
funny.
an end to this, and over time a galaxy-wide respect for its members emerged. As piracy became more prevalent, the Pilots Federation started issuing
green
bounties
screen
on
is
known
only
pirate
visible
vessels.
during-
Some of those outside the
What
organization
is a
condemned
green
the
screen
initiative
then?
as bloodthirsty, but few were able to argue with the impact it had on piracy. Shortly thereafter, the Pilots Federation introduced an official ranking system to reflect the
Stellar cartography.
Stellar cartography.
Displaying map.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I was making a joke, Stellar cartography. That she apparently responds to that. Because I said that and she left the map. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
And the coal sack seems like nothing anymore. Distance. But that Anaconda with the engineers, which I've been noticing if you do some of these missions, you'll get access to grade 5 components. Which will tremendously help upgrading your FSD. But the Anaconda can get a ridiculously large jump range. And what I have to do is go to Decay. And this is even more exciting to you, Fen. They added an Anaconda to the station where you drop off those missions. The one I'm heading towards right now?
Yeah, I got an Anaconda.
You have an
Oh,
Anaconda?
nice. So what, did they just make
Yeah.
it easier for us?
I have to tape it up.
Basically,
I play
with that next
basketball.
update?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, did
That's
they?
on the stream, I want you to know that. What?
I said, did they?
That's
You think
great.
they've just basically made it
That's why I
easier for us?
said it.
Yeah, actually, it seems so. I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but they, yeah.
Because it seems like you're having an easier time finding expensive.
Well, no, the Anaconda wasn't there before. After the.
Well, I mean, not just the
3.0
Anaconda. I'm
update,
talking about, like, you know. I'm talking about, like, the. You know, the money you're making.
Well,
you were the one that said that a minute ago.
Pilots who accumulated the largest number of kills were awarded the title of Elite, a citation that became highly coveted among independent pilots. The Pilots Federation derives the bulk of its wealth from the Galnet data network, originally a system of ship bounty and star chart data. It evolved into an interstellar aggregator of market information and galactic news. By 3300, the Pilots Federation was not only the dominant provider of this information, it was also the main manufacturer of the hardware and software serving this data. Today, Pilots Federation systems are fitted as standard on virtually all independent starships. In 3290, the Pilots Federation expanded its ranking system to encompass the fields of trade and exploration.
Denmark, have you fought the Predator on Ghost Recon Wildlands yet?
To include pilots who had distinguished themselves in the close quarters combat championships.
Wildlands.
The Pilots Federation has always remained politically neutral, avowing that it exists to support pilots, rather than nationalities or political factions. The organization is based in the Shirata system, which can be accessed only by invitation.
Or well, the first Predator that fights Arnold Schwarzenegger.
On achieving a high rank in the Pilots Federation. This stipulation has contributed to perceptions of the organization as secretive, a perception compounded by the fact that the Pilots Federation has very little direct interaction with the public. Hyperspace. Continuing our popular series on significant episodes from human history, noted historian Simakal Hana discusses the development of the hyperdrive. Hyperspace technology originated in the early 22nd century. But it wasn't until the 2800s that consumer ships began to take advantage of it. The first commercially available hyperspace system was known as the faraway jump. The faraway system was far from perfect, however, depending on a complex network of monitoring satellites, branch lines, stop points, and rescue stations, which took hundreds of years to establish, to operate smoothly. It was around this time the phrase "which space first" appeared, reflecting the inherent dangers of early hyperspace technology, and the strange corridor a ship traveled through during a hyperspace jump. Some even believed which space was haunted by ghosts of ships that went into far away and didn't come out again. It is certainly true that a number of ships never reached their destinations. The original hyperdrives were powered by a fuel known as Quirium, the formula for which was a closely guarded secret. When this formula was lost, the hyperspace industry suffered a major setback. A number of different drives strove to fill the void left by the Quirium drives, but it was the Type 2B that proved most popular. Unfortunately, ships equipped with a 2B left behind a hyperspace cloud at their entry and exit points, making it all too easy for malcontents to track and ambush these vessels. In the late 3290s, a new hyperspace system emerged that immediately rendered the Type 2B obsolete. Jump times were reduced to mere seconds, as they had been with Quirium drives, without any loss in jump range. Journeys that had hitherto been considered unfeasible were now within the realms of possibility.
Well, you will prove I'm still watching.
Hyperspace remains poorly understood. Many pilots have reported glimpsing inexplicable lights, and even structures, within the which space tunnels. It may be centuries before all of its mysteries are unraveled. The origin of the Alliance. In a return to our popular series on significant episodes from human history, noted historian Simakal Hana discusses the foundation of the Alliance. The Alliance may champion the ideals of harmony and independence, but it is very much the product of violence. Alioth, the Alliance power base, was once a highly contested system. In the decades that followed its colonization, it was the site of almost constant conflict between the Federation and the Empire. Naturally, this made life difficult for the system's inhabitants, whose lives were impacted by generation after generation of war. The turning point came in 3228, when the federal corporations supplying one of Alioth's main population centers attempted to raise prices. This triggered a revolt. Federal and Imperial forces were dispatched to quell the uprising, but the resistance, bolstered by fighters from neighboring independent systems, successfully repelled them. Ultimately, the Empire chose to withdraw from the system, reluctant to commit to a potentially protracted campaign far from its center of power. When the Federation realized how unpopular the war had become among Federal citizens, it followed suit. In the wake of the conflict, the idea of an independent socio-political body rapidly gained popularity among the people of Alioth, and in 3230 the Alliance of Independent Systems was established. Its founding principles were simple: to protect and support those who wanted to remain independent of the Federation and the Empire, and to empower its member systems while simultaneously preserving their independence. Over the next 2 decades, more than 20 systems joined the Alliance. Today, the Alliance is widely seen as a paragon of democracy in an increasingly autocratic galaxy. It is governed by a body known as the Alliance Assembly, the primary function of which is to establish common policies and treaties among the Alliance's member systems, and act as an arbitration body when necessary. The notional head of the Assembly is the Prime Minister, but in reality it is the Council of Admirals that wields the greatest degree of power. The Council of Admirals is a 6-person body, comprising the leaders of the 6 largest military forces in the Alliance. In addition to selecting the Prime Minister, the Council also commands the Alliance Defense Force, a vast flotilla of ships contributed by each of the Alliance's member systems. The Council of Admirals is free to deploy the Defense Force without the approval of the Assembly, making it extremely powerful. There can be no argument that the Alliance lacks the power projection abilities of the Empire and the Federation, but it is more than capable of competing with them in economic and political terms, and of defending its member systems when necessary. What the future holds remains to be seen, but under the strong leadership of Prime Minister Edmund Mahon, it seems like the Alliance will only continue to grow.
Maybe not the best space music. Actually, you know what we need? Like Stellaris OST, right? Perfect. There we go. Yeah, Max, if you need help setting all that up, I can help you.
Well, I'm trying to figure out which one is the best streaming app, and this guy said that OBS, XSplit Broadcast,
don't use OBS. Don't recommend it. Okay, OBS is common, but I would not recommend it. Everybody uses OBS. It's not the best streaming app. It might be a good recording app. As I said...
So, XSplit Broadcaster? Would that be better? Or would...
That's currently what I'm using is the
Or would
XSplit
Wirecast?
That's what did all this, but when we started this whole streaming thing, I'm going to have huge advantages because I've got a computer. I can set up all those overlays and everything. Which reminds me, did you see my Sea of Thieves thing? The videos I had on those?
So, XSplit Gamecaster, is that what you would recommend?
I can't say I would recommend it, but it is what I'm currently using. I haven't tested a lot of the ones you're talking about.
Okay, so what about Wirecast?
Haven't tried it. I mean, I'm open to it, but currently this is what I'm using, is Gamecaster. I mean, I plan to try all those, but Gamecaster treated me well. It was really easy to set up, and I mean, it's nothing extravagant yet, but as you can see, it's some pretty cool features.
I'll try Wirecast.
But Wirecast, I haven't tried it. I'll probably try it. As I said,
see what it's like.
More streaming. However, one thing I'm really liking about Gamecaster, since XSplit is a rather popular and big name, I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah. No, never mind. No problem with Wirecast.
I actually got a free 1 year of premium because of my MSI gaming rig. Yeah, apparently my MSI
is XSplit free?
Provided me with a 1 year pass for premium because it's powered by MSI.
Is XSplit free?
Yeah. I don't know what you'll lack compared to me. As I said, I have premium. I'm sure you'll get like 30 days premium, but I have a year pass because MSI, since I'm using an MSI gaming rig.
Wait, what do you mean 30 days premium?
I don't know. There's apparently premium that gives you extra features. I don't know. As I said, I gave me premium immediately, so because of my computer. This thing's despicable. 12.73 light year jump range, and I'm 12.29 under Layton. For the hell of it, I may be mid-jump, but I'm just curious. Lights on. Of course, I can't turn my lights on. She was still there, right? Power to shields.
Diverting power to requested systems. Divert to engines.
There we go, I'm back.
We decided to go with Stellaris this thing.
Your voice just cracked.
Did you get me any pop? Oh, actually, I don't need pop. I found out I actually have pudding here.
Pudding!
Yeah, you like that white creamy stuff,
pudding?
don't you?
I'm not going to justify that with a response, but I want to know what Fen thinks of T-minus 8 minutes, 29 seconds. Really should finish watching launch Falcon 9.
What is Falcon 9? Ooh. sounds like something the Big Bang Theory cast would cheese over.
Put cheese? What? So I lost one of you. Who did I lose? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I stopped. It's just not streaming well for me at all.
No, it is. No, that's why I said. That's why I'm streaming to YouTube. You can adjust the settings on there, whereas I have to be a partner on Twitch to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at 240p, okay, and it's still having trouble.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, source right now.
So yeah, my internet's just probably the download for the update.
Yes.
Have you heard the joke about the two aliens that land at the gas station?
Not really helping, anyway.
The two aliens of what?
That land at a gas station?
Ramtar searching for new Guardian sites.
No.
The engineer...
I am.
You want me to tell you?
Sure.
Okay. So, two aliens land at a gas station, and they're sitting there talking for a minute, and one of them walks up to the gas pump and he goes, "Take me to your leader." And the dude goes, "Hey man, don't do that. Don't do that. He's a badass. He's a badass. Don't do it." And all of a sudden he goes, "Take me to your leader. I'm gonna pull out my ray gun and blast you." And he goes, "Don't do it, man. He's a badass." And all of a sudden he pulls out his ray gun and goes, "Take me to your leader or else." And he goes, "Don't do it. Don't do it. He's a badass." And all of a sudden he shoots the gas tank with the laser, right? And all of a sudden it explodes and blows him up. He goes, "Damn. How'd you know that thing was a badass?" He's like, "Cause if anything can wrap itself around that thing a few times and stick its junk in its ear, it is a badass."
What? You know what? Going into this time, I was gonna ask you to do it. I should
My buddy told me that one earlier today. Oh my god, I lost it.
T-minus 5 minutes 45 seconds until arrival to Schmeaton. Schmeaton.
It sounds like what happened to Sunbeam in my game. We're gonna be there. We're gonna get you. Boom. No, you're not.
Put the background music on. Back in complete.
Some people make some crazy stuff with an etch and sketch. Etch a sketch.
Okay, for a second I thought you were going to say etch and sketch, and I'm like, what is that? It's kind of like an etch and sketch, but... I mean,
have you ever seen
that
like...
exist? That sounds great, etchy sketch. And no one would know.
Stage 2 present for flight.
Yeah, I don't mind etchy sketch. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the etch-a-sketch. Why is that so hard for me to say right now?
Etch-a-sketch.
Etch-a-sketch.
T-minus 30 seconds. Well, more like 4 minutes and 42 seconds.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Tablet thing that you, like you give to a kid. Huh?
I had one back in the 90s.
You have a
I used to have one.
8. Side booster ignition. 6. 5.
But
4. 3.
some of the arts some people could do with it, I swear.
I would like a feeling like that's not what you said.
some people are like serious with the Etch-a-Sketch.
Did you hear what I said? I thought you just said you had rectamitis. I was like, what?
Oh my god. The video buffer.
T-plus 30 seconds if you can hear me over the cherry.
It did.
Falcon Heavy heading to space on our test flight.
Oh my god.
History of Saturn V
Oh,
Apollo.
Max. I
Returning to
streamed VR to
39A
you see that?
interplanetary mission.
No.
Getting ready to throttle down.
I saved in Discord. No, that's a garden snake. T minus 3 minutes, 27 seconds until I crash into a gas giant.
And then fly it into another planet.
Flying into another planet. You know, honestly, if I had to crash into something, I don't know, man. A gas giant might be a good idea. The problem is the gravity is really painful. Imagine going into the atmosphere and then pulling up. Right? Now imagine a really large gas giant that's got a mass 9 times that of Earth. That's 9 Gs. Potentially 9 Gs, I guess. Well, no, it'd have to be a rocky body for that. Okay, well, somewhere in the realm between 6 and 9. And you pull up. Okay, then we've got like a stacking equation, alright? Instead of 1, you pull 9 Gs. That's 9 times, right? But that's because you stacked 1 that many times. You do it that hard on a 6, then you stack 6 times 9 to equal that equivalent G. What a painful death. Of course, it could be worse. It could just be a planet where it rains glass sideways. Ever watch that riddle video? It's terrifying. Rains glass sideways. It's a ridiculous amount more than sound. T minus 2 minutes, 24 seconds. I don't know if I can invoke Celeste. Celeste? Hello, Celeste. Maybe she's sleeping.
All of a sudden you hear the AIs are taking over. You okay, sir?
Oh, actually,
Ending life support.
Nick, I don't know how to... Hang on, let's try this. Good evening, Celeste. No. Okay,
Tell her to turn off life support.
I don't know if that'll work, but... unless I wouldn't know how to phrase it.
You say, Celeste, turn off life support.
Okay. Celeste, turn off life support. Ah.
Did she do it?
No. That's a good thing.
Say, Celeste, initiate self-destruct.
Oh, I have an idea. Let's see. This might work. Protocol override. Life support off. Let's make sure she's still there. Powered engines. Uh-oh. Is it S? Power to systems.
Diverting power to requested systems.
Still there. Powered engines. Power to engines.
Diverting power to requested system.
It's my terrible accent. Protocol override. Life support off. Okay, well, maybe not, maybe. Let's make sure the engines are still running, I guess. Maximum impulse.
Maximum impulse.
Protocol override silent running on. She probably can't shut those systems down during super cruise. Let's see. Flight assist off. Balance power. Balance power.
Resetting.
Music gets loud. Powered engines.
Max engines.
Okay, so some of them are working, some are not, but as I said, I think part of it is that some do not properly function during a super cruise flight for obvious reasons. So there's some complex combinational commands. Like the red alert system on that. Yellow alert.
Yellow alert.
Does that work? Red alert. Red alert.
Red alert.
Those function. I'll do the protocol override when I jump out, okay? Because I think that might be part of it.
Alright.
Powered engines.
Power to engines.
Make sure that's all still set. Hey! My passengers had something to say. Oh no, wait, it's a mission from one of the factions. Finally, arrival, T-minus 21 seconds. I'm almost there. I want to get Astra, she's one of the more complex ones. I like Celeste's voice better, but she only, I think she has 3,000 responses. Astra's much older and she has a lot more. Yeah, see that command might actually work. Hello, Schmeaton. Okay, I'm gonna come in fast. I'm just gonna use the gravity of the planet to slow down. Whoa, maybe I came in a little too fast, even for that. Watch for a slingshot. But that might have had adverse effects. But actually, it got me really close. Okay, I'm gonna drop out and I'll try and, you know, if this works, I'm gonna be mad. I want you to know that. You there, Max?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do that may make you mad?
Oh, you'll find out. Just a sec. It's messed up. Disengage.
Disengaging supercruise.
Okay, now that we're out of Super Cruise. Because I know the main function also doesn't run in Super Cruise.
Deploying armaments. Attack protocol Alpha.
November. Please submit a landing request on approach, Commander.
Powered engines.
Diverting power to requested system.
Retract hardpoints.
Retracting weapons.
Good. Good Lord. Protocol override. Damn it. It's life support, right? Protocol override life support off. Protocol override silent running on.
Silent running.
That functions. Protocol override silent running off.
Deactivating silent running.
Protocol override life support off. Okay, yeah, see, that doesn't function. That's, again, probably for the best. Invoke on.
Affirmative.
Request docking.
Requesting landing pad.
Maximum impulse.
Access granted.
Maximum velocity engaged.
1-1.
Afterburner.
Afterburners. I'll transfer power to shields.
Yes, please.
Right.
Engine stop. Okay. That didn't work.
Would you like me to lower the landing modules?
You are approved for automated docking.
Fine.
Fine. Waiting in queue. No, thank you. No, thank you. Guard engines.
Heavy
Max
traffic ahead,
engines.
Commander. Fly safely.
Peter has her overridden. Gets the Anaconda. Now what the hell am I supposed to do with this? And touchdown. My favorite part of Celeste is this part.
Would you like me to perform routine
Ship is on the ground.
maintenance?
Commence
please.
power down. Greetings, Commander.
Acknowledged.
Yay.
Repairs, fuel, weapons. Check. There. Request complete.
So do I buy an Anaconda? Or do I buy, say, I don't know, maybe, should I buy like a Corvette?
You wanted the Anaconda.
Yeah, I know, and I can't actually get the Corvette even if I wanted it. Because that's fine, and oh my god! 10.3 million. Fine. This one in, which is 3.4. Turn this one in, which is 1.9. These are low ones. What's this one? 7. Yeah, it's official. I have enough for an Anaconda. I'm at 154 million right now. Awesome. And what makes it even better is this station has one. They're stitching them. Make sure it's out of my ship. Yo. Cabins appear to be empty. Department services. Shipyard. Should I, guys? Should I?
So I started doing,
Oh, I just did it. Awesome.
About the Anaconda?
Yup, I'm singing Anaconda right now. I've waited forever to get one of these. On Xbox, I could never do it. Finally, here on PC, I was able to do it. Good lord, this can have 2 other people with it. Take this down to a planet surface, see how big this thing is. Okay, first things first, outfitting, but this place probably doesn't have crap. And I'm only sitting on 7 mil now. What? No way. The vessel can, you can change the voice of the vessel. I can change it to Celeste now. Frontier, I had to purchase the Frontiers. No. I already own. Sound pretty. But that's cool. So apparently the default voice on board the ship has always been Verity. I've never had Verity. But that voice you hear every time you go to Lightspeed, that's Verity. So HCS made the original voice, or HCS expanded on the original voice? Okay, the sheer amount of equipment I can get on board this thing is insane. One thing I do want to see, though, really quick, the hard point. This has got a massive hard point, doesn't it? One huge hard point. I want to see the gun. A huge hard point. Is this a 4? Yeah. Just once. What a tier 4 multi-cannon looks like. What the hell, man? It doesn't even look like a multi-cannon. It looks like a 4-barreled cannon. The thing that's scary about this ship, the insurance cost is $7.4 million out of the box. Frame shift drives. No good options here, but what's its current jump? 9 light years? Boo! Well, I shall take it to a nearby high-tech for now. So how far is the station? From Dead Star. Oh, perfect. You know this. Perfect place to go. Departure and over.
Ignition. Reinforcing shields. Powering engines.
Fly it.
Launching now.
Detachment complete. safely.
Feels absolutely massive. Maximum impulse. No, it didn't work. Maximum impulse. Oh, what happened to Celeste? Clear area and prepare for system jump. She died, I guess. Oh, damn it.